Should start working now. I think we're live now. Sorry about that, guys. That's not it. Let me see if this is working. Okay, yeah, that's better. Alrighty. Sorry about that, folks, for the confusion. Yeah, I just fixed that on my other end here. Kind of goofed that up. Content. Just cleaning up the other one and getting rid of it so that way people aren't confused here. Sorry about that. Just fixing it up and then we're back in it. Okay. Alright, so just starting over again. Greetings, mortals. It is I, Remortis, and we're doing a live stream of our current Theorycrafting build. Yeah, I saw your message there, Bucky. I just wanted to fix the latency on there. That way it's not a freaking forever delay for me to reply. And I was going to try to ask you that. Oh, your chat disappeared? I see. Yeah, I saw your message. I was actually going to ask you how the dual pistols is working. That's pretty cool. I actually wanted to Theorycraft with that. So the build I'm going to be showcasing today will ideally be ranged Pyromancer with a soldier and bounty hunter. But this build will also work with a heretic heavy gunner, or if you wanted to do the dual wielding build with pistols. Because I imagine with the way bounty hunter works, because I was using bounty hunter incorrectly most of the time I've been playing. In my last run I just did, I finally figured out how to really play it. You're supposed to like get in there, move around. Daredevil pistol's a hell of a drug. Which one does that one do? I know there's the anti-vehicle pistol, which is freaking sweet. Where do you get the Daredevil pistol from? But yeah, because I like a dual wield pistol build seems like it could be really good with soldier bounty hunter. Zero cost burst. What the fuck? Oh, that's the one that's it has like low damage though, doesn't it? But that doesn't really matter, right? Because then you can trigger stuff off of the holster to get a free shot with your anti-vehicle, I suppose. Alright. Let's go ahead and pick our lady. Now, which one do we want? Did you use Fortress World for that pistol build? I bet that would be pretty good. It ramps up so hard with soldier and bounty hunter sounds, I bet. In your crit fishing and crit stacking, yeah, I could imagine it gets insane. Especially with all the free movement and things like that. Just trying to decide which voice to go with. I kind of like the pious female. I feel like that would suit this lady. It's crazy that the pious voices go so hard, even for a heretic playthrough. So Bucky, real quick question for your Fortress World. When you got the free turns from Savor the Kill, did it sometimes consume the Fortress World buff? Because that's one of my current like hang-ups at the moment is that bug. Well, that's not. I guess it is a bug. Yes, when you get like the Savor the Kill things where you get the free turn, you can't attack. Do you still get? You don't remember? All right, no worries. This one kind of goes pretty good too, though. Guess this one was pretty too. Oh, yeah, a lot of burst firing, I bet. I guess that's not bad either. Oops. God, that just sounds such a good voice. But I think we're just gonna do Theorycraft first. It's not terrible, I suppose. Alright, so with this build, there's a few different ways we can go about it. I've been kind of toying with in my head. So, where to even start? So, okay, first off, we'll go to the world second. And since we're going to be doing a Pyromancer at the moment, because everyone wants to range Pyro. Alternatively, we could go with Crime Lord, which would be pretty solid. Astro Militarum Commander could be pretty good too, I imagine. But maybe Commissar. War Priest could be okay as well. But we're going to be doing a range Pyro build at the same time, because that's what everybody wants to see. Range Pyro. Okay, so we got the Pyro. Now, what homeworld do we want? So the way this build's going to work, eventually we'll get a lot of willpower and such if we so desire, but it's not necessarily the biggest number that we need. Willpower is important for our Psychers for sure, but the main source of our damage is going to be from Inflame. And if those of you... Hey Numbskull, how you doing? I'm doing good, buddy. How are you? Are you planning on doing Dragon Age 4 builds in the future? I don't know, actually. I've never played a single Dragon Age in my life. Could be fun. Hopefully it's good. I mean, I guess I got really nothing else going on, so probably I might jump to that. We'll see. I love making like builds and things like that, so it's a lot of fun. But anyways, back to this build. So we're not going to focus too much on... Oh, I guess it is based on willpower. So I thought it was based on our psi rating, so maybe we do need to focus on willpower here. Content's content. Yeah, I'm probably sure I would. I don't know. Oh my god, I'm speaking in tongues. I don't know why I've never played any of the Dragon Ages. I just never did. I heard they're good games. Same thing with oh my god, I'm just drawing blanks on my head right now. What's that other really good BioWare game? Mass Effect. I really tried to get into Mass Effect. I just couldn't get into it because I can't stand shooters. At least those back then. And I tried playing it recently. It's just now it's just dated, so I kind of missed out on that. But the parts I did play, I really enjoyed the story. He's speaking in tongues. Heresy. Hey, this is a heretic run that we're going to do. So the main things I'm going to be looking at for this build, the reason why Pyromancer works really well with the Soldier Bounty Hunter is for Blazing Inferno. Because the Bounty Hunter is all about crit fishing, essentially. And lots of movement. Psyker gets critical hit chance anytime they do damage, which is fantastic. Blazing Inferno combos really well with the Soldier. Particularly with one of the talents. Let's see if we can pull it up here. I think it's at the top. Fired Up. Whenever the Soldier deals damage, you'll increase your crit. Or crit damage. So then Fired Up in combination with the Blazing Inferno, you'll just stack both of those together really high. Backdraft's obviously going to be good. Get some extra damage on people. Fire Within can be pretty sweet too. Every time you kill, player kills or scores a critical hit against 8 creatures in the combat, your next Psyker Power will cost 0. Oh, so it's next Psyker attack. So it doesn't have to be a Psyker Power, it could also be a regular attack as well, so that could be really good too. Sparks of the Greater Flame is always good, getting crits on your dots. This is probably more useful for Executioners though, but this could still be good for us as well. Burning Blood, not super necessary for this build since we're going to be ranged. Yeah, Fired Up is core for your pistol build for sure. I wouldn't doubt it. Melting Armor could be really good too. Body of Flames isn't super important for this build either because we're not trying to set ourselves on fire this time around. So we're not going to be needing Relentless Blaze either. So the most of our damage of our weapon, or is going to be from our weapon. So like our burst weapon, or we could even do pistols with this build, or you can do a heavy gun, or you can use flamers. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Flamers would probably be more thematic for this build. There's a lot of versatility. I'm sure that's what I'm trying to get at. But you'll need to build accordingly for that. So there's a few candidates that could be useful for this build for your homeworld. Does Melting Flame takes out deflection too? I'm pretty sure it does. Because once you run out of armor, I'm pretty sure it goes straight to deflection. Yeah. Every time an enemy suffers damage from the Psyker, the enemy's armor is reduced by 5%. And And if the armor's already at 0, they reduce the deflection by 1. Shotguns also work well, yeah. Given the large area of attacks, yeah, because demolition is going to be one of the main abilities we're going to use here, and that will combine with some of our other area attacks. We use, where is it? Let me get over here. Demolition Engineer. So instead of relying on our intelligence, your area attacks will deal 5% more damage for every 10 points in demolition, instead of 5 points for every 10 points of intelligence. So your demolition is going to be way higher than your intelligence is going to be. Yeah, you really should. Or at least pick up that thing eventually. Could you use the Fire Staff? Yeah, you absolutely can use the Fire Staff with this Zardos. Nice to see you, bud. There's a bunch of different ways you can build this character. Alternatively, if you didn't want to rely on the Psyker stuff too much in the early game, you could totally pick something completely different. Like say, where is it? You just pick a Crime Lord or something, for example. Do that throughout most of the game. Let's go over to archetypes. Soldier, Bounty Hunter, and then go to Exemplar. And then in the Exemplar talent, you can pick up that really neat one that gives you Psyker ability. And pick up Pyromancer here. And then you can use all those good talents from the Pyromancer without having to use the actual Pyromancer abilities, if you didn't want to use them. So that is an interesting way to actually utilize one of these Psychic Awakenings, which could be really cool. But anyways. So yeah, if you did that route, you'd probably go Crime Lord or Militarum Commander. Militarum Commander is kind of weird. Like, it's not bad, but it's not amazing for this build. Astro Militarum is just kind of a strange build in general. It could probably work, though. Because it wants you to have your people near you, and if you're playing a Bounty Hunter, you're going to have a lot of movement to get around the battlefield, so this might actually happen quite a bit. Say, going up to Abelard or something. But for the purpose of this build, people who really wanting to see a ranged Pyromancer, so we're going to start off with that. And then as for our starting world, Fortress World is without a doubt an amazing Soldier Bounty Hunter. Just this ability never stop shooting gives you so many chances to get free attacks. It's going to be pretty nutty. There is a slight bug, though, with the Fortress World currently. I've expressed to the devs already, so hopefully they'll... yeah, it is, however, a long walk towards awakening. That is very true. But, to be fair, the Pyromancer talents aren't super crazy that you need to have them right this second kind of thing either. So you can wait until that far to get the awakening. But, like it says in the little thumbnail here, we're going to start off as a Pyromancer because it's a Pyromancer build Theorycraft because people want to see ranged Pyromancer. So we're going to start off as that. So Fortress World is really good for Pyromancers. It's also really good for Soldier Bounty Hunters. An alternative you could do is, say, if you wanted to make this into a pistol build, we can go with Forge World here and utilize Pinnacle of Weaponry and actually get a little bit of an intelligence bonus. We're not going to have a super high intelligence bonus, but it's going to be there. And then we can use like pistols and such here. You can use plasma and meltal guns, which could be really fun and thematic as well. You could potentially run heavy armor, because there's another way you could build this build as well is by getting a lot of strength, so you can get your heavy weapons at least. And then if you could always just increase it a little bit even further to get heavy armor, and then become immune to prone with Steel to Forge, since they finally fixed that, which is phenomenal. And then say if you wanted to really dive into like the perils of the warp, or that kind of build, you don't have to worry about the peril that knocks you down, because you'll be immune to prone. So that'd be really good. And then there's a lot of heavy weapons in the game that are heretic only, so this could also be a good option for that. So you can go with high strength to get the heavy armor and the heavy weapons, like the heavy bolter you get right off of Aurora. Or you can go with Fortress World, which is probably going to be the overall better one. Mostly just for never stop shooting, just get tons of it, which is always nice. You also get a little bit of willpower here and perception. Familiar Kickback is going to be one that we're going to pick up, and I think that's it. Never Stop Believing could be good if we really invest into our willpower, which we probably will. It's not... It kind of got gutted, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it looks like it did, because I remember it did something different before. I think the ratio is different. I like Forge World for the immunity to knockdown, for sure. It's very useful. Also, to lower your damage you take from fire is always really good. What is your thoughts on Voidborn if you're going crit build you spoke of before? That is true. We are doing crit fishing here, so Voidborn could be good with the 10% chance to double your crit. With your critting so much, eventually you're going to have that happen. Typically, though, I don't really care about Voidborn, to be fair. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite either. It's just there. And I guess you could do some shenanigans with Intelligence, but we're not really worried about Intelligence or Fellowship too much in this build. Death Roll could also be pretty decent. With the also can reduce your damage you take from bleeding, or sorry, from fire. But also the Brutal Hunter, you get extra crit against people that are below half their health, so that could be good. The Prone Immunity is also really good for the Tier 4 Heretic power. That is also true. I found a dumb way to get Ranged Executioner Pyromancer operated with flamers or shotguns, where it hurts on range, I bet. At that point, for crit analytics software from Forge World, I don't know, maybe would you do that though? Because I always feel like the analytics system is kind of a trap, because eventually you're going to get 100% crit. Like, I'm not going to be worried about critting, because you'll be able to get it all the time. So would this actually be useful versus locomotion system to just get a shit ton more movement on your turns? And dodge, I guess. That'd probably be really useful too. Because soldier bounty hunters do actually care a bit about agility. Not so much the bounty hunter part, but definitely the soldier. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure most of the bounty hunters' calculations are off of perception. I guess it says agility, but let's see. This is based off of, yeah, that's based off that. Claim the bounty. This is based off of your perception bonus and ballistic skill bonus. Also ballistic skill right here. Perception and intellect, so intellect is important there. I know intellect is important for the snaring, and this is one of my favorite things about the bounty hunter. Is when you get your extra free turns from one of their talents called Share the Spoils. You can't attack in it, but you can lay a trap here, and the traps are pretty sweet. It's based on your perception and intellect bonus. And then you can make them immobilized, and oh, there you go. Also get agility. There's an agility thing right there. Hot on the trail gives you more crit chance against people. I've actually never used this ability on my bounty hunters just yet. I'm pretty sure it's good. I just never got around to using it. Piercing shot can be good if you're trying to go for that, but I don't think it's super necessary. This would be more for sniper versions. Raid is based off of perception as well. Yeah, locomotive would be good. You get pretty close range depending on how you play it. Yeah, honestly, with the bounty hunter, you want to be up close because there's a lot of talents that you're going to get to keep moving around. So, like right here, save the kill. Whenever prey that is not being trailed and is killed by an ally, so that's the other thing too. We're going to try to do most of the damage on the battlefield, but we want our teammates to get the final hit on people so that we can get these free turns to move around and also get AP, which we can use on non-damaging abilities such as attacking. But what we can do on those turns, those free turns, we can throw down more traps on the ground, which is great, or we can cast Inflame. Because this is not technically a non-damaging attack spell. It's probably going to get changed eventually, because it's pretty gross. If your enemy's already burning, so we're running around with like a flamethrower or something, or we were to use our combination with our Ignite Firestorm combo, we can just inflame on those free turns and just keep murdering people more and more. Wait, piercing shot works on the burst? If the initial target's marked? Dang, that's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, it's also good for exploit stacking too. So this, honestly, what I think, what's his nuts? Pascal is really good as a bounty hunter. And again, like I just recently learned how to play bounty hunter properly because before I was just having them stick in the back and not moving and stuff. So now I know that you got to get in there and just start getting in the thick of it. But yeah, so Forge World could be really good for this build for various reasons. Whether you're Psyker or non-Psyker, just the locomotion system alone is just really good for this the bounty hunter. But then again, if you wanted to go with the plasma pistol thing, you could do that with the pinnacle of weaponry here. And then if you wanted to go heavy weapons, you can also do that. Or if you want heavy armor, getting that prone immunity is going to be really good for just being immune to prone, because prone is awful. And there's perils that cause you prone, as well as the tier 4 heretic ability, which we'll show in a second. But otherwise, Fortress World's also really good too, just getting that free attack. I'm pretty sure, though, that there's currently a bug with this. I need to test it on Bounty Hunter itself. But, so Never Stop Shooting is really great. the more you kill things, the more you do damage from with familiar kickback. You get these stacks that never stop shooting, and then every time you have a turn, there's a percentage chance based on your stacks that you'll get your first attack will cost 0 AP and will not count toward your attack limit. So you can get like a nice free burst or another free Psyker ability. But if you use a non-combat turn from the officer, move, for example, you can still move your character just fine. But there's a chance that your buffs from Never Stop Shooting will get consumed on that turn, and you won't be able to get that attack, and you just lose all your stacks, which really sucks. Before they changed it, before they fixed the move portion, you used to be able to use your Never Stop Shooting on those non-combat turns from move. So they changed that. But unfortunately, the buff still gets consumed, which is the downside. I mean, they're both downsides, sure, but to be fair, using move to get free attacks with Never Stop Shooting is pretty gross. But I'm pretty sure that there's a good chance that our Never Stop Shooting will be consumed when we get our non-combat turns from I just had it. The Savor the Kill turns. Oops, right here. Forge World Plasma build is basically a Terminator. Yeah, true. And to be fair, Pascal is already a Forge World character, so he could definitely do that role for your team if you want to be a Plasma character. Granted, he can't dual wield the Plasma, but it's fine. But that's just an option that I was theory crafting. I'm like, that could be really fun. But for the purpose of this build, I think we're just going to go with Never Stop Shooting. Although I kind of want to do the Forge World, mostly just for the heavy armor for the immune to prone. But I'm trying to think in the game, how many heavy armors are actually really that good for a Soldier Bounty Hunter type character? Because I feel like most of the ones that would affect our buffs and such are actually coming from light and medium armor. So would we actually ever use it? It's a good question. And it's specifically heavy armor, so power armor won't get the bonus of prone immunity. Alright, well, yeah, for purposes of build, we'll just go Fortress World because it's always good for the most part. We just gotta see if it consumes the buff on those non-attacking turns. So yeah, we're gonna start with Psyker, Pyromancer, surprise. So normally I would always recommend going with the Coercion if you're going the tanky version, because there's a really good armor that goes off of Coercion, but we're not going to worry about that. Persuasion, never get rid of that in your main character, because there's times we need it. Probably just do Lord Xenos, honestly. And probably the Logic, actually. Okay. So we're going to start with the Soldier, and then for our stats. So the main things we want to look out for is our Ballista skill. Agility could be really important. Our willpower is going to be important because we're a Psyker. Intelligence could also be important for the bounty hunter stuff, but I'm not too worried about that. Perception's important too. And do we want to use heavy weapons for the heavy weapon burst? Although no, with the bounty hunter you wouldn't want to do that actually, because Arc Militant's the one that gets all the crazy benefits for having heavy weapons. So bounty hunter would not use a heavy weapon, so don't worry about that. If I recall correctly, the Prey Scanner item is bugged. I don't even remember seeing that item on my run. I just did. So where do we put our last point here? Agility? But I want to make it even. Maybe we just lower the... No, we don't lower... Did we lower this? Down to 45? Get agility to 40? No, I don't think so. I think... Okay, yeah, because when we level up, we're going to increase our willpower for sure. So it'll be 10. So we're up at 60 by the end of the act. Ballista skill. And I guess we could put the extra point into agility. And then later we'll increase our perception. I don't know why I don't have the third one. I need to double check my DLCs. I'm pretty sure I have the third ship. It eases free prey on the first turn. Interesting. Here, well, since we're going to be a hunter here, it's one of my favorite ship names that you can get from the generator. Alright, so is that what we're going to start off with, I think? Just seeing what we got here. Which one sounds good? I kind of like Pandora. That's a fun name for a psyker. Also, Force Swords Side Force works if you need a melee option. That is very true. Let's just go with Pandora. I like that one that I came up with. Yep. Pandora. Alright, we got ballistic skill 40. Pretty high intelligence or willpower of 50. That's pretty nuts. We're definitely going to increase our intelligence later, eventually. Not super high, but like maybe up to 50 at tops. Mostly focusing on willpower. Mostly focusing on ballistic skill, perception. I think we just go in. I should make sure if I'm on Grim Darkness mode. I should be. So that means that it's also going to suck too for being an unfair, because some skill checks we're not going to really pass. Granted, the tournament that's going to be next week is going to be on Daring. So I'm curious if I should just run in Daring right now, but I don't think I'm going to be using this build for the tournament. I'm just trying this out to see how well it fares on unfair. So it's a good chance we die somewhere, but that'll be fine. Yeah, Noble Star finally got fixed, finally. That shit was ridiculous. Alright, so let's look at our build real quick. So some of the Psyker challenges that I want to look at of getting for this build. Obviously, we're going to get our Psyker power stuff, blah, blah, blah. Psychic Barrage is going to be really good since we're focusing on ballistic skill here. Granted, the targets have to be 6 cells or further away, so that's something we need to keep in mind when we're doing this stuff. And then we'll get bonus from our Psyker damage. Or to the Psyker damage. Sacred Rituals could be useful, but I don't really care to use it. Second Sight could also be good, since we're going to have decent perception, so we can get further range on our abilities, which is always nice. Subtle manipulation could be useful as well. However, I don't value it too much because I don't imagine we're going to be in melee too often, and if we are, we can always get out of it thanks to Soldier Dash. Yeah, the Noble Sword got fixed. The Origin, there's no issue with the Origin. The Origin's fine. I love Noble Origin. It's one of my favorite officers to build. Let's see here. So Backdraft's going to be one we're going to want. We might get Fire Within down the road. Melting Armor, same thing. Sparks of the Greater Flame, potentially. The main, we also want Blazing Inferno. That's the main one. Backdraft and Blazing Inferno are the two talents we really want to get for this build. That's pretty much it, I think. For Psyker stuff, anyways. Alright. Let's just get on and get into the thick of it. Let's go. How much damage do we do right now with this? Guess we'll find out in a second. 8 damage. Let's just get him on fire. Wow, we missed. If you take Sanctif later for Psi and extra crit damage, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Ooh. How are we missing that close? That's crazy. Well, I guess we are unfair. Alright, we're going to go ahead and hide behind Kunrad. So he can tank for us. And then we'll just keep hitting with that. Hey, we actually hit him that time. That's a good hit. Really? Alright, well, he died. Okay. Let's keep on skipping through. Blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. I always love that line. Imagine an operative tanking, right? Actually, that's not true. That thing actually has hit me if I was in front of Conrad before. So I learned my lesson. I hide behind him now. Alright, let's just get through this. I wonder what kind of ability it is. What kind of build do you think Theodora would be? That guy's obviously an Arc Militant. Bro, what? The origins and the triumphs play a way more important role in this expansion. Yeah, they definitely point out to you that stuff a lot more. That's for sure. There we go. Easy day. Moving on, blah, blah, blah. Took out the same button. What will you recommend for a non-plasma pistol build? Okay, probably Fortress World then, for sure. And are you assuming non-Psyker or including Psyker? Because if you want a non-Psyker, probably you would go with... Ooh, is my game freezing up? Oh, no, we're good. Alright, so we do Fortress World for sure. And then for your origin, if you're doing a non-psyker, I would probably suggest the Crime Lord. Crime Lord's really fun. Sorry, I heard something. What's the meaning of this? These psychic powers. Just when there used to be a roll there. That'd be really cool if all this whole thing right here that was like Nomos. Alright, and then we'll go talk to this thing, seal it up, and then we'll talk to Ablar, get our first weapon. Get our first weapon, get some armor, get him to heal us. Alright, they're all coming first, so we're going to just hang back a little bit. I meant to move to the side. Damn. Thought we had that guy. Wanted to get him out of the way so that we can shoot people. Man, imagine losing on this first fight. That'd be crazy. Yo, another wound. Let me level up. Alright, so there's a few things we could do for our stats, or our skills. Really, the main choices are Lore Warp and Demolition. Demolition's probably going to be more useful for this build, since there are area of attacks that I'm pretty sure will affect, or be affected by these Demolition skills. I gotta double check. Demolition Engineer. Normally you'd use your Intelligence, but then we can use our Demolition skill, so we'll probably use the Demolition. And then eventually get Lore Warp as well, because that's going to be important too. Unfortunately, it's dictated by Intelligence, so that's always annoying. Obviously, he's going to go with Athletics. Oh, is the stream starting for you guys? Oh shit, let me check that. Sorry about that. How bad is it? Let me see what's going on.
Mic off.
Oh, is the stream starting for you guys? Oh shit, let me check that. Sorry about that. How bad is it? Let me see what's going on. Oh shit, it really is choppy. What the fuck? Alright, hang on. Let me see if I can fix that for you guys. It might be because of the microphone I'm using. Let me try switching mics up and closing any programs I have on in the background. See if it'll actually register my other mic. Let me swap over. Alright, how's that sound? Yeah, okay. Now it's registering properly. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Close that. Close that. Okay. Studio. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Open widget. Interesting. Why is it doing a lower bit rate? That's very strange. How do I change that? All right, sorry, Sam. I just saw your message right now. What's the best way to play a Heretic Pyromancer? There's plenty of ways, honestly. You can go with the melee pyro, such as a warrior, into the executioner. That's probably really, really good right now. You could do soldier bounty hunter, like what we're doing right now, or you can do soldier into bounty hunter. Yeah, warrior executioner is the way to go. It used to be arc militant, but arc militant's nowhere near as good as executioner with a pyromancer, especially on heretic. Ooh, it's really good. All right, let me double check. Let me pull this off. All right, is this still looking bad? Is it still kind of choppy? I can't tell on my screen. Is this better or still choppy? Oh, it is. What the fuck? Why is it doing that? Hang on, I gotta figure out what's going on with this stupid computer. Should be fine. Where do I change my bitrate at? Yeah, it's still choppy. That's really frustrating. Try closing that. I don't see where I can edit like my bitrate or anything.
A nice little stroll.
This. Oops. What is going on here? So I'm trying to mess with. I'm tinkering with the OBS right now. It's being weird. The fuck? Sorry about that, guys. Do you guys prefer this mic or do you prefer the other mic I was just on? This is the different one I switched to. So I'm trying to figure this out. Let's look at old Google. Ah. That's weird. Did it just recently started become choppy? Maybe I need to restart the stream, you think? That's annoying. That's super annoying. Okay, we could try doing that. Why is it doing that? Oh, it might be because of the latency I have on the stream at the moment. Yeah, maybe we need to restart it then. Fuck. All right. Give me like 3 minutes, guys. I'm gonna go. I'll end the stream real quick, and I'll do it as soon as possible. Let's see if this will work. Testing. Okay, cool. You guys should still be here. Hopefully. Yeah, it looks.
Time to leave my mark upon the galaxy.
Oh, it's still. Fuck, it's still laggy as hell. Oh my god. It's lying to me right now. Why is it doing that? Alright. Give me like 10 minutes, guys. I'm going to try to reboot my computer, see if that'll fix anything.